All right, right away, let's bring in First Alert meteorologist Kristin Emery. Kristin, we see what the storm is doing to other parts of the country, so of course everyone really wants to know, what are we expecting tonight?
And Barry, what's interesting is if you note where those places are, pretty much right along I-70 or on either side of I-70. Kansas City got blanketed with ice and then snow, a blizzard warning, and now coming through St. Louis, Indianapolis, Columbus, and then right toward our area. And I-70 is pretty much going to be the dividing line between the haves and the have-nots. So we'll talk about snow totals in just a minute here. First, we want to show you that we are starting to get some returns in the way of snow down into southern portions of Monongalia County. That's in northern West Virginia, where Morgantown is. Southern portions right there along 79 already reporting snow, and then over to Kingwood in Preston County, and then on over toward the Deep Creek area. Pretty soon they'll start to see some snow into Garrett County. So here is a look at our warning map. We do have a winter weather advisory in effect for Allegheny and Indiana counties, where a couple of inches of snow possible, snow-covered roads, travel conditions expected, and then the winter storm warning, Washington, Westmoreland areas to the south, higher snow totals. These both take effect in just about 12 minutes and go for 24 hours, so through tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Here's a look at the broader view of the storm. The warm sector, they've even had tornado warnings down in the deep south with this warm air. Then the pink, you see some freezing rain, some sleet on the dividing line there, and then it's all snow. And you can see the northern extent of this traveling due east right there along I-70. So the question is, how far north will that snow extend? That has been where the models have really been having trouble agreeing. The temperatures right now all cold enough to support snow. We're in the lower to mid 20s, Pittsburgh and up and down I-79, some teens in Butler, Katanning, and over into Somerset. And lows tonight pretty much staying very steady with where we are right now. But the snow starts to arrive everywhere close to midnight, spreads to the north and east, and then the highest totals again will be along and especially well south of I-70. Really the I-68 corridor in Maryland, West Virginia going to get most of this. So here's Futurecast, our IBM and graph model that we show you pretty much every day here on KDKA. It has been pretty consistent in keeping the steady, heaviest snow along and south of I-70. So that's by 1 a.m. and then it spreads to the north toward Pittsburgh by around 4 to 6 a.m. and then spreads a little bit further north. But notice who's not getting that heavy snow. Those of you in Butler and Mercer and Lawrence counties will have less snow than those of you in Greene and Fayette counties and down into Monongalia County, even Washington County. By tomorrow night at 9 o'clock, it all wraps up, but it will be snowing tomorrow morning for the morning commute, and we could even have several inches of snow on the ground south of Pittsburgh and then ongoing snow when you head into work tomorrow. So just be extra cautious. Snow totals. Well, this is what's interesting. Here's the one model again, Futurecast. Even by around 2 a.m., look at that quick 2 to 3 inches from I-70 south, Waynesburg, Morgantown, Uniontown. And notice how little Pittsburgh has by tomorrow morning. Now, we could see Pittsburgh end up with 2 to 3 inches of snow. We could end up with 1.5 inches of snow, depending on about a 10-mile track north or south with this storm, low pressure center. So the snow official forecast that we're going with, generally from Pittsburgh down to really about Washington, 3 to at most down toward Washington and just south about 6 inches. South of there, we could see 6 to 9 inches in Greene and Fayette counties. Morgantown area and south in the mountains, the highest totals, we could see more than 9 inches of snow. But a sharp cutoff north of Pittsburgh in northern Allegheny County, Butler, Lawrence, Beaver County may end up with only 1 to at most 3 inches of snow. So definitely a storm that's favoring the south, but everybody will have some snow-covered roads, so just be extra careful tomorrow morning. 20 tonight, 28 the high tomorrow. First alert weather day in effect for the day tomorrow, and then we stay in those 20s all week. Look at these cold teens Wednesday, Thursday, and it finally starts to break next weekend.